But yeah, they did that to me when I was little. They gave me the spritz, and then just for good measure, they had me do it again. Got the whole, clear coat, Christ coat. Went there, got it, and they said, like, it's a good way to show your faith and be, like, showing, like, I'm dedicating my life to Jesus, Lord. But if you don't get it, God's not going to send you to hell for not having it. Like, if you're still a Christian and you believe in God, he's not going to be like, oh, there is a final section to the form that you must not have seen. And he's not going to pull that shit at the pearly gates.
You use green ink here?
Green ink. If you'll look at the top of the sheet, do you see where it says no X's and to fill the bubble in its entirety?
Is that a number one pencil?
Number one pencil? Do those exist? But
right? I saw that for my entire childhood. I was like, where are the number one pencils? Where's the number 3 for that matter? And what do they do? What hidden properties does the number 1 and the number 3 pencil have? Like what the fuck are they? And why do they exist?
They're softer and harder. They're sometimes used by architects, and I've used a 2.5 and maybe even a 3 before. Now you wouldn't like it. I don't know. It was just too hard.
It's harder. The higher the number, the harder it is. The less soft and more like okay, less flowy.
You have to press a little harder to get it to work, and I found that the line I got from it was thinner than it would be with like a number 2.
Which makes sense as an architect. Because you'd want very precise lines, and you'd want the ability to maybe really do a little erasing, perhaps on the other end. Well, thank you for that little factoid about the numbers of pencil. The real question is, what fucking architect was taking that 3rd grade Scantron test and messed things up for the whole batch, right?
I bet it's because it's a different density or something of graphite, and so that the Scantron machine maybe doesn't read it.
Oh, that's exactly what it is. What I'm saying is, like, when did it ever happen that they needed to print it so much that we're all talking about this as fucking adults today?
I would think a number 1 would smear easily too. It might cause trouble in that regard.
You've kind of like fucking Bob the Builder in the back, taking it with those enormous carpenter pencils like an asshole.
he's using a knife to sharpen it.
Wouldn't that be perfect for a Scantron though? Like, you could fill in the line with one line.
Yeah. I took a test one time in the like 9th grade or something like that, and I knew I was gonna fail the class. Like it is known. It had been known for a long time that I wasn't gonna make it through American history. And so like when we got the Scantron, I took it in pen. I took it in pen, and I just remember turning it in and like sitting at my desk and being like, I can't wait till he notices that I did that motherfucker in pen. He's gonna lose it. And sure enough, I hear him back there. Did you Kyle? Did you do this in blue pen? I was like, yeah. I had to scratch a few of them out, but I wrote a little note on the side of the Scantron. He's like, this is a failure. And I'm just like, well, I don't know. Like next time, right?
Like if I were in your, like at least, like clearly a difference in how our parents handled grades when we were that age. If I went home and told my parents I'm failing American history, I can't imagine the blowback there would be. It wouldn't be like, well, next semester you're going to shape up. It'd be like, what are all the things you like doing? Do you like playing hockey? No more. Do you like going out to play? No more. Do you like going out with friends to their houses? Nope, you don't anymore. Not until you finish American history. Like I can't. I remember going home like a little bit in like, oh God, in fear my 7th grade year because I had a C in math. I think it was a C plus. Like I think it was a high C plus, and I was going home like almost shaken, like John Goodman. I'm so angry that people are violating my shelter.
Trembling.
Like, oh man, did your parents just not give a fuck when you were like, hey, I failed this class?
No, that wasn't it. Like there was a reason for that. Like it wasn't like I was failing multiple classes. That was the one class I failed my freshman year, and it was because of who I was sitting around, and I had like a lot of stuff going on in that class. There was a girl who was very distracting to me, who was sitting right next to me. There was a guy who I had like an issue with. I was always getting in behavioral problems with him because he sat behind me to always fuck with me. And every now and then I'd turn around and fucking blow up on him, and then I'd be the one like making the disturbance, and like it. And so like there were other issues that caused that class to go poorly. There were like 4 people in there in that one class that I had like issues with. There was one guy who was like 3 years older, taking the class as a fucking senior, and he always bullied me. And then there was this kid behind me, like I said, who was just had real behavioral problems. He wasn't picking on me. He was just fucking with me. He was just being a distraction, always a distraction. Like, hey, look what I got. Look what I got. Like, no, it's something about George Washington. Hang on a minute. Let me get this. And then the girl that sat right to my left was a major distraction because I liked her a lot. And so, yeah, that class was getting failed no matter how you sliced it. It was predetermined.
I never had any problems with anyone in high school. Like, I would just kind of stay to myself. Like,